Welcome to the Swam podcast. I'm today's host, Coleman Hodges. Joining us today, he is an NCAA champion, NCAA All-American, most recently American record holder in the 100 back and 400 medley relay, fastest man ever in the 50-yard backstroke, 20.00, painfully close to breaking that 20-second barrier just last weekend. Today we are sitting down with Will Modglin. Will, thanks so much for joining us. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. Excited to do this.
The Swam podcast is sponsored by Commit Swimming, the only club management software built exclusively for swim teams. Since 2015, Commit has been the go-to for coaches writing workouts, planning seasons, and tracking performance data. National level coaches around the world rely on it every day. Now Commit brings that same swimming-first design to team management, combining workouts, performance, meet entries, billing, communication, websites, volunteer tracking, and more, all under one roof. Make the switch off Go Motion to a simpler, more powerful solution. Book your demo today at commitswimming.com. Yeah, absolutely. Just once again, congrats on such a great and historic weekend in Austin. How are you feeling after the meet that you had?
Obviously, I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say I felt pretty good after the results that I had. Still felt like there was definitely some swims where I felt like I could have improved upon, and know that with a little bit more racing in those, I'll probably hopefully be better towards the end of the year. But I'd say overall, though, I'm feeling pretty happy about how things went last week. So.
Yeah. What did you have expectations going into this mid-season Hall of Fame invite, especially knowing that you had done this a couple times, and now that you've been with Bob Bowman and his coaching staff for a year and a half instead of just, a few months last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I really didn't know much. Like, I knew my training was going well, and I mean, that speaks for itself. So, I mean, you can kind of gauge it with that. But my backstroke training had been going really well, so I kind of figured I was maybe hoping for a big swim there. So in those events, and was able to get that done there. And then other than that, though, I mean, I didn't have a time in mind or anything like that. I was just, if anything, I think the only swim that I had a time in my mind was really the 100 breaststroke, because that was like the new event, and I was just like, all right, let's see what I can do. And I was like talking to my parents. They're always asking me and my brothers, what do you think you can go? And I was like, I mean, it could be, I was like 51 low, or it could be like 52 low, like somewhere. It's like, I don't know, but
Yeah. And you ended up 50.9.
yeah.
I mean, obviously you had some great backstroke swims, great IM, but I mean, since you brought it up, let's just start there. The Hall of Fame meet mirrored the new NCAA event lineup, so that kind of switched some events around for you. It opened up this opportunity to swim the 100 breast, where 4 Texas Longhorns were all under the 51-second barrier. You swept the top 4 spots of that final. Tell me about that race and just what it was like competing in the 100 breast, much less competing with such a stacked field of teammates.
Yeah, I mean, it was like before the meet. I mean, when Bob set our whole team down, they kind of went through the event lineups for the team. Like, they just show us what we're all swimming at once, kind of the sheet. And I saw 100 breasts on there, because I mean, once the new format came out, I've been joking with Bob like, oh, 100 breasts is back on the table and stuff like that. So I've been making jokes about it. But I mean, I really have not been. I've maybe had 2 practices where I've done like some 50s fast with breaststroke, but other than that, I haven't really touched it this season. Just mainly been focusing on backstroke. So when I kind of saw after my meet too at the Tennessee meet, I just kind of figured, okay, they're probably just gonna throw me in the 100 fly. All right, like no 100 breast for me. But then they still threw me in it, I guess, to just see what I could do in it. Because I feel like that event, I'm more of just like I can only really do it really well when I have some rest. Unfortunately, I don't have that breaststroke speed for outside of that. But I mean, yeah, swimming the meet. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect either. Like when I dove in, I was like excited just to race breaststroke again because I hadn't done it since high school. And I mean, after prelims, we were all right there. And I remember I was talking to Will Schultz, who's my roommate, and I mean, we were just talking like we're like, let's just try and get like all four of us under 51. Like that was the goal. So we were all pretty stoked after that final swim when we were all under, and then Nate was under 50, which is just absurd. But we were all pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I think the world has a very different view of Texas breaststroke now. after that heat, that certainly set a precedent for the breaststroke depth of this Longhorn team. But it was very impressive, and just you swimming the 100 breast. You mentioned you swam it in high school. Was that like a focus event for you? Had you done breaststroke a lot in the past?
No, it was kind of normally like the same, kind of like how I swam it now. I mean, I probably trained it a little bit more. High school, I didn't have like Eric Myers, my coach in high school. I mean, he kind of gave me the freedom to just like a lot of our sets were just 200 pace, and I mean, he would kind of pick and choose when I'll do backstroke some days, but for the most part, I gotta just play around with whatever stroke. Like usually, I'll just pick whatever stroke I'm feeling that day, training wise, and then I would basically only race it at my end of the season state championship, like club meet, and just have fun with it. It's basically the same thing I did here. So, I mean, yeah, I haven't really swam. I mean, I think I've swam it twice before midseason since coming to college. So I hadn't really done it much. So it was just fun to get back into that though.
Did you mentioned your 100 fly at Tennessee? What did you go in the 100 fly at that meet?
I was 45.7, so I mean it wasn't anything crazy, but it was another like best time since high school. So I mean I figured like okay, like gauging where my back was at that time, like I figured the coaches probably could estimate where I'd be in that 100 fly too. So it's like okay.
Did you get any insight into why they picked the 100 breast for you over the 100 fly?
Not really. I think it was just to see what I can do. Honestly, I didn't question it. I was like, I'm fine with that.
Interesting. I mean, that's and hey, it obviously worked out. And so that was, again, the day one swim, or your first
Yeah.
individual event. So after having had that 20 point, well, let's talk about that 20.0050 backstroke. I'm guessing you might be a little conflicted, but just to start your meet off with that swim, how did that feel?
It was pretty. I mean, couldn't complain going like the fastest time in history, but I mean, I wanted the 19 so bad, and I mean, I thought thought I had it, and then like I heard everyone's like kind of just like oh right after I finished, and I hadn't hadn't really like seen my time yet, so I was like, did I do it? And then I saw like 20 flat, and I was like, you're kidding me. But I mean, I did a couple like 25s in warm up, and I mean the 25s I'd been doing in practice, I kind of knew I'd be right. Like if I had a good swim, I knew I'd be right there. And I mean, sure enough, right on, I guess, the money. But yeah, I was a little bummed I couldn't get under 19, but I guess it just one of my coaches, Trevor, he's like, it just allows you to still have that golden carrot, I guess, like that golden carrot 19 out in front of you. So I guess it's good in a way too.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was after the initial shock of like, oh man, it's like, well, it's November, we still
Yeah.
got a whole season. Like maybe this is a good thing.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it is. That I feel like that barrier has been so elusive for so many years now. I remember in 2016, so almost 10 years ago, like telling Dave Durden, Ryan Murphy's gonna go 19, and he's like, "No, he's not. You're wrong." And me being arrogant and not knowing anything about the situation, I was just like, "It's gonna happen." And then he had a great meet, but didn't go
Yeah,
19.
it's a different beast.
Right. Yeah. And so, I feel like since then it's just been right there. But anyway, I hope you do it
Yeah,
at some point, but it is exciting to see people inching closer and closer
yeah,
to that 1950-yard
yeah,
backstroke
right there.
right there. But so then you obviously it's a great swim. And
Mhm.
then you have a great swim in the 100 breast. Do you feel like that teed up the rest of your meet? I mean, then specifically that 100 backstroke, did you have a time or just like a way you wanted to swim that race in mind?
Mm, I think I kinda knew, I mean, based on my results from the last year, I think I was 20.4 in the 50, and then I flipped at 20.8. So, I said it in the said it in the morning too, to another one of my roommates, Logan, and I was like, "Just watch when I turn at 20.6." I kinda, like, spoke it into existence a little bit, and, um I was like, just watch, because my I think my whole thing was just I'm just gonna try and like take it out fast. Like I knew I had the speed for it, so I was just like just gonna take it out, see what happens. And sure enough, yeah, prelim turned at 20.6, and then I don't know what that's bringing it back in, but 20.6 again or
22.6,
22.6, yeah. Um,
22.5, depending on the
yeah, I think
hundreds,
it
I
was
guess.
6, I think again, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sure enough, turned out I was not expecting though to look at the board and see like 43:20. I think after those first 2 swims, I was like, because my goal originally was just like drop time, like maybe I think one of the things was like just the like Dean Ferris pool record. I was like, that'd be cool to have.
Which
'Cause
was
like
43.8.
43:66.
Okay, 66.
Yeah, and I was like, that would be a pretty cool like record, because when you break a record to Texas Swim Center, like you get the
Right.
thing. I was like, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, to
Yeah.
have. So I was like, I really want that. So after like in the morning, I was like, okay, like let's just try and get this over with, I guess, and just get this like get this record, and then tonight I can just basically try and just really send it, and then hope I hold on. And I mean, yeah, I ended up going 43:26. I was like, geez, like I think it like took me a minute to like kind of like realize how how like fast that swim was, because like I remember also talking to like another one of the guys in our group, Kyle, and I was like talking about like Hubi and Johnny, and I was like, I mean, I just don't know how they go like 43.2. Like, like I'm at 43.9, and like like dropping a whole nother point 0.7 just seems insane to me. Like I'm just like, I don't know how that's like possible going 43:20. And sure enough, it was right there. So that was just like it was more just surprise, I think, than anything. And then night, I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it.
Mhm.
Like ended up just hurting a lot more on the back half. Flipping, I think I flipped at 20.5. So I mean, I was
Okay.
on pace, but it's all right.
Yeah. What did your coaches have anything specific to say about that swim, that 43 night swim?
Yeah, I think a big thing for me is that I've been doing, I guess, since last year is I've never counted kicks on backstroke. So
Mm.
I always just look for where the red disc is, and then once I see the first red disc, I kind of just start making my way up to the surface all
Mhm.
through high school and my freshman year. And then last year was really trying to like tone in our kick counts, and then this year trying to really like add in a couple more kicks too, because we ended up learning like once I like getting to a tapered like or suited up me, I like to, I don't know, either take my kicks faster or something, but I always break out earlier with that kick count. So what Bob was just trying to tell me is like you need to just trying to get those kick counts right so I can hit my stroke count into the wall better, because a lot of it was I started coming up shorter on the second 50, and then I was longer into the last turn, and just kind of hurt off that turn. So paid the price a little bit.
Gotcha. And sorry, do you feel like that happened specifically in that 43.3 night
Hmm.
swim?
Yeah, because I felt like the prelim swim was pretty. I felt like I hit every wall pretty well.
Mhm.
But that night swim, I definitely like could tell that last wall. I was pretty long into it, and I was like, oh man, like. But I mean, it was still 43.3, so I was like, okay, I was right there, but um, like I knew if maybe I hit that wall a little better, but yeah.
Have you spoken to Hubi yet? Have you said, "Hey, I'm coming"? Can you feel the heat?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he was texting me right after the swim, and he was super happy for me to get that. He was texting me like, "Go smash that record tonight" and stuff like that. So he was fully supportive of that, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, I was bummed I couldn't knock off his name on the board. I was or for our team record. I was definitely gonna give him some stuff when he got back from training camp. Right.
Yeah, well, luckily you've still got some opportunities, and
Yep.
and he'll be there to
Yeah.
battle back
Yeah, we'll
this
do it head
coming
to head, I
semester.
guess.
Right, exactly. And then again, you had another phenomenal swim in the 200 IM to round out the meet with 140.58.
Mhm.
How was it having that 200 IM on the last day, and having to forego the 200 back in favor of that event?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of like, I don't know, like, I knew my backstroke was really on for the meet, but I think we're just trying to see what's gonna kinda be the play, I guess, towards, March here, so, just trying to see, I guess, what it's gonna be, but having it the last day was definitely interesting. Didn't really have much experience swimming at 2 AM the last day, I think besides nationals, long course, I think they also have it or last day or one of the
Yeah.
last days competition. So I remember from that meet, I was kind of like trying to wrap my mind around it because I mean, I remember how the prelim swim felt, and I was just trying to like kind of mentally get over that hump of like, okay, it's a 2 a.m. the last day and stuff like that. Because I mean, usually it's a two back, so it's still 200, but um, it wasn't like too bad. I think it was just kind of still bummed me out. Still haven't got under 140 yet. Thought I was gonna be faster in it, and I just again, I don't know if like my back to breast turn is just cursed or something, but just didn't have a great turn in the final. I tried to take it out fast because I was like, my backstroke's on. So I was like, all right, I'll just use that speed. And I don't have the best opening fly speed. Like I have like an easy fly, but it's not fast. And if I push it, it's still not like I can't go out 2020 like trying to sprint fly either. So it's like I gotta kind of find that happy medium. And then backstroke was like, all right, I'll finally try and actually use my backstroke because I feel like a lot of my IMs I swim it almost like a breaststroker. Like I just
Mhm.
lay off backstroke and then sprint breaststroke and freestyle. So this is one of the IMs where I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna attack the front half and hope it pays off. And yeah, sure enough, I mean Baylor ended up running me down there at the end, but it was awesome. It was fun having him right next to me. I mean, we were both trying to aim for that 140 barrier. So I mean, yeah, it just gives us something else to aim for, I guess. Again, later in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's still there. It seems like a
Hmm.
great meet overall. But
Yeah,
yeah, you mentioned Baylor. It seems like there you have a lot of new teammates and
yeah,
training partners and racing partners. How has that piece of this season been for you so far? Just having such depth, but also having a lot of new faces that I'm sure who have brought a lot of new energy and training.
yeah. I mean, it's been awesome having. I mean, I think just like looking at it too, like especially being one of the guys who was on the team, I guess in 2020, 2023, 2024,
Mhm.
where where our team has really just come from in the last 2 years is just awesome to like look around like when we are suiting up and going fast. Like it was like I remember my freshman year, like suiting up and going fast and just being like, man, like it feels like we don't have like like a lot of people just on deck, like
Mm.
even like it just felt like, I mean, our swims, like our groups were so like limited almost. And then now it's like you look around and it's just like, man, like there's yeah, like Campbell. I mean, like all these freshmen are insane what they're doing, and then even all the transfers that we got, it's like they just added on to who was already here, and I mean, just added an insane amount of depth for our team. And I mean, yeah, Baylor, Jacob, Campbell, like the whole freshman class. I mean, they've just been killing it in practice. Like Baylor will come do backstroke a lot of days until he convinced Bob that he was a breaststroker. But he was doing backstroke a lot in the beginning of the season. He would come over and yeah, he would be like giving me a run for my money, and I mean we'd be going like the same time. So I mean he's an awesome training partner to have, and same with Jacob Wimberly. I mean he practices like how he swims his races basically. Like he just attacks it from the start, and he's not going to let you have an easy win. I think, which is awesome. And then Campbell also. I mean he does the same thing with those breaststroke guys. I mean, they're always going at it. So,
So what is your, I guess, training split? Or, I mean, are you putting any focus into breaststroke and training, or is it a lot of backstroke work?
basically a lot of backstroke work. Like when I was saying I've had two practices, like I've genuinely have had two practices where I was doing like breaststroke fast 50s
Okay.
before the midseason meet. Like I basically was all backstroke work this whole front half of the season. So I think that's been something that has really paid off. I think last year I did a lot more IM focused work, like a lot more just like breaststroke freestyle stuff at pace. But this season has just been basically just all backstroke when I'm going fast, and I think that has just helped me maintain like finding my stroke, I guess, a lot, and being able to have that for races. So that has just helped a lot. But yeah, the breaststroke is just it's just like a couple of days where I was just able to convince Trevor, who's our like sprint coach, when I was with him, and I was like, can I do a round, like not even like a whole practice, like can I do a round of this set breaststroke instead of backstroke? And he's like, okay, like like that's about all the breaststroke I get.
That's pretty funny. And also, you're not doing much IM work either, correct?
Not really. I mean, a couple like for like colors and threshold, but I'm
Mm,
not really doing like the big IM sets that I was doing last year.
yeah.
But yeah, that's also been, I think, a big switch from the year previous.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed that? I mean, do you think obviously the times reflect positively on that, but just on a day-to-day basis, do you like the added emphasis into backstroke?
Yeah, I think I really enjoy it.
Hmm.
Because I think a lot of times what kind of threw me off last year was like I couldn't really like I didn't really have my backstroke stroke. Like I couldn't really find that stroke. I think that worked best for me. And I think what I was able to do over the summers, I mean, it just kind of just clicked over the summer, and
Yeah.
I was able just to maintain that momentum into this season. And I think just being able to go into it like every day and just kind of being able to know that I'm going to be able to work on that stroke is really beneficial to me, because it just helps it keep it fresh in my mind, and I can just keep working on it, and it never really disappears or anything. So
Yeah, I mean, speaking of this summer, you had a big U.S. trials. You ended up going to World University Games and having a pretty monumental meet there as well. Qualified for Pan Pacs this summer. Do you feel like it was the racing or the training that you were doing over the summer that kind of helped that backstroke really click for you?
I think it was maybe a little bit of both. Um, I think just the kind of beginning of the summer, I just wasn't really like I think I was coming off of being sick. I had a little ankle sprain that I was dealing with. along with some shoulder stuff and going into nationals. And it just wasn't like I could tell, like it just wasn't, I wasn't 100% on, like even from, I think like that first race, like I could just tell like this isn't how I normally feel at a tapered meet.
Mm.
So I think going 53.8, like thankfully I was still able to qualify for another meet with that. But I knew that was not where, like, because I had all my training like before that, like I was training super well, doing like really good pace and stuff. And then I knew like I was way faster. I should have been way faster than 53.8 because I'd gone, I think what, like 54.1 a couple weeks prior with
Okay.
basically no rest at all, wasn't shaved or anything. And
Mhm.
the the other swims in the meet too were just not good at all. So I was like, okay, like how can I only go point 0.3 fast? Like I knew something wasn't just right with me that meet. And then I think that's been the learning curve, I think, for Bob and I. And what kind of works for me is I think I'm just a guy who I can't really come out of that hole too fast. Like I need to kind of be right on the edge of getting just absolutely broken down before it's a little harder for me to crawl out. So I think that was kind of a learning curve for me and him and kind of my training. So I think the back half of the summer was just a lot more. I was able to kind of, I think, get a little bit more rest for that. And I was able to just have a lot more, like, I would say, like quality centered practices. And I think that just allowed me to really exceed at that Wugs meet there. Like I think like going into the meet, I had no expectation of qualifying for Pan Packs or even going 52. I was kind of just like, all right, let's just go out there and try and beat my best time of 53.5, and I just wanted to better my best of 53.8 from nationals because that's when I think it just more or less just like annoyed me that I went 53.8 than anything else. So it's kind of just I just kind of wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't 53.8 at that meet. So
Yeah. I mean, but to go from 53.8 to the fastest US backstroker of the year at 52.5, and also just to kind of have that sequence from prelims, semis, finals of like going back and forth with Peter Coetzee and
yeah.
hit you going 52 and then him going 52 faster. And can you take us through just that 100 back and how you were able to kind of learn on the fly, but also I'm guessing just kind of use the momentum of the meet to bring out your best swims of the summer?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that the very first prelim swim, I mean, I knew I was going to be right next to Peter. And I was just going to go out there and try and be a racer, I guess. And I mean, I didn't know how fast I was swimming, but I knew when I hit that turn, like I was with him a little bit. And I can usually tell when my 100 backs are like really good because like either I'm flipping at that turn and I'm just out of energy, or it feels like I haven't really used much energy at all. And I hit that turn and I felt like amazing to bring it back. So I think I ended up going 53.4 in or 53.3 in prelims. And for me, that was just like okay, like I got out of the water too, and like I think I was more probably had a little bit of adrenaline rush, like getting best time and stuff. But like I told my coach right after, like when I got up, because thankfully I had Trevor, who's one of our coaches at Texas, there with us, and I remember telling him like I'm just like not that like tired, like I feel like I can dive back in and swim it again. And he was like, "All right, like, well, start doing warm down. Like, I don't care." But, I mean, I was right there with Peter in prelims, so I was like, "Okay, like, got a good shot. I think we're going to be top two seeds heading into the final, so or semifinal, sorry." And going into that semifinal swim, I think I took that prelim swim out in 26.0 or 5.9, I forget. And the fastest I'd ever been out in 100 back was like 25.8 at a meet where that was my whole goal, was basically just see how fast I could flip at. And I think I ended up going like 54.0 in that race, like, and going out 25.8. So I hurt pretty bad. But going out for the final, I remember my coach, like Trevor again, like, I mean, I didn't really have any expectations. It was just kind of like, all right, go up there and just set yourself up for the final. So he was like, let's just try and be at like 25.7. Like, you don't got to go out anything crazy. Like, just try and be like 25.7. I was like, okay. So, I mean, I just swam it like I thought I was going 25.7. Like, I just kind of pushed it a little bit more. And I ended up, I think, flipping at like 25.3 or something. And yeah, it was like, and went 52.7. And for me, like, I touched the wall and I was like, wow, like, just, like 52. Like, I was surprised myself with that. So I'm like, that was awesome. I think that was one of my highlights probably of my whole swim career. It was not even the 52.5, but the 2.7, because I think there was so much that, like, I like proved to, I think, myself that summer that I knew was out there. And it was just a big swim for me, long course wise too. And that was just something that I was just so happy for. And then also, because I think my coaches knew that I could do that too. So just seeing them, I kind of know that, like, okay, like, he finally figured it out, like, guess, a little bit. That was awesome. And then just heading into the final, I mean, it was just my coach again was just like, you're just playing with house money. So it's just like, yeah, it's just like, go out there and I was just trying to be a racer with Peter. I mean, he came back that second semifinal swim and ended up just crushing his best time also, and going 52.1. And I was like, well, dang, okay. I see what we're doing here. So I just try to go out with him in that final swim and just kind of hang on with him. But I mean, he has an amazing closing 50, and just ended up pulling away from me that final 25 a little bit. But I mean, I was so excited for that final swim, because I mean, I knew the sickness wasn't out for all those worlds guys yet or anything. So I mean, I knew, okay, like 52.5 is a really solid swim. And I mean, I knew, okay, like, I'm number one now, but I knew of those other guys. I mean, Jack had best 52.7.
Yeah.
I mean, they were right there, 53.0, Tommy. And I was like, okay, I mean, they could still have big swims like I just did and just smash my time. So, I mean, I wasn't really, like, grasping onto anything. I was just more or less happy, honestly, to, like, just go that swim. And then also, that was like my first national team I knew I, like, had qualified for. So I was like, okay, like, top 6 swims. So I knew I was pretty safe with that finally. So I was like, okay, at least, like, I got that, because I'd been like, I think a spot or two off the past 2 years. So
Okay.
I was pretty happy to get that done also.
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment, right? Like, you know, you win an international medal for USA, you help gold on a relay, big first time 52 long course, first national team. Do you feel like you've carried those accomplishments with you into this NCAA season, and specifically being the best ranked long course 100 backstroke swimmer in the US for this season?
I think a little bit. I think I try not to think about it too much, just because it can put, like, some pressures on you and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think a lot for me of what my fuel is that I still have, like, a lot to prove. Like, I think I see all these labels of, man, he's like US's top backstroke, like, whatever, like, top star now or whatever. And I think for me, it's like I had 2 good swims at whatever, like, WUGS. Like, for me, there's still a lot more that I want to prove in the water before I think I can label myself as that. And I think that's just what has been carrying me through this season so far. Is I think there's just a lot of stuff that's left out on the table that I'm trying to trying to clean up there. And especially I think for NCAAs alone, I mean, I haven't had the greatest NCAAs, I would say, meet wise. Probably my freshman, sophomore year. I mean, it was all right. I think my freshman year, probably a couple bad swims there, but I think for me, it's just trying to get there where I'm consistent at meets, because I feel like a lot of times I have these meets where, yeah, like nationals, I just go like 53.8 at a time, like it's just like off or whatever. And I think for me, it's just trying to be consistent now with what I do in the water with warm up and stuff, because I think a lot of times I maybe just kind of flip a switch for maybe the more important meets or whatever. And I think that's something that Bob has kind of been teaching us, like treat every meet like it's NCAAs. And I think that has helped me a lot, because, and even practice too, like just getting into a rhythm of what I do before I get into the water. My warm up, like I think that was a big hurdle last year. Is Bob kind of he likes when we go fast and suit up. He usually gives us the practice, and you're racing about 40 to 50 minutes. Like that's basically all the time you have to like basically warm up, suit up, and then you're on the blocks. And for me, before he got there, I'm in the water an hour and 30 before my race, like warm up,
Wow.
and then
Yeah.
I'd suit back up, get back in. And I think that was like I was still trying to do that even when I was doing all that practice like last year, like once I got to meets. And I think that was something that like I think Wugs was the first time where I actually did like just get in like 50 minutes before my race. And like I was like okay, like this is like, I mean, it worked. So I was like, okay, I'll just keep doing that. So I think that has been a big learning curve too, is trying to figure out what works now and what doesn't. So just getting around that is I think has helped a lot. But I think for the most part, it's just a lot more to prove for this season, and then especially just gearing up for Pampex, I think, into the summer there.
Yeah. Yeah, a few follow-ups from that. Just
Mhm.
you talked about racing at NCAAs, and obviously, I've talked to some other of your Texas teammates, and
Yeah.
this emphasis that Bob has of racing fast all the time, right? Or
Mhm.
putting a big emphasis on every racing opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have takeaways, even specifically from NCAA's last year? You know, when you were with Bob Bowman, where you won a team title and you were contributing to that, but as you said, maybe it wasn't necessarily the meet that you as an individual would have wanted. Do you have things that you're carrying with you toward this upcoming NCAA's?
I mean, I think it's just a lot of just like I think what I previously said, honestly, is just staying consistent with uh, what I do. I think there was just a lot of pressure too last year
Mm.
with NCAA's and stuff. Like personally, I had no idea we were even like the favorites before whatever. Like I mean, you see all the articles that come out like, oh, they're favored to win, and I mean, I had no clue like we were even. I had no clue that was even the case. I was like, yeah, okay, like yeah, if we win, whatever. Like, but I was
Mhm.
like just kind of joking about it. Because I mean, I knew we had a strong team, whatever, but I was like, those other guys, I mean, their teams are just crazy good too. And
Yeah.
it's like hard to see, I guess, your own talent when you're surrounded by all of it.
Was
Unless
that
you
something?
hear, sorry.
Was that something that the coaches would mention ever, or like maybe say this is our team goal?
I mean, I think Bob has put a big emphasis on um, kind of not trying to pay attention to that stuff. And I mean, nothing's written until it's done. I think that's been a big thing for him. And um, just trying to be we don't want to just win too by a close amount too. Like we want to be the best team there ever is. Like that doesn't satisfy us. And I think that's one of the fuels for our fire this year is like we I mean, yeah, we won last year, but it wasn't the greatest, I think, meet for I mean, maybe some of our guys there. And I think that's the thing that we want to change this year is just going to that meet. And I think every single one of us wants to be firing on all cylinders and kind of giving it our best in every race. So we get the results that we do want, which isn't just a team title, but I think we want to go in there and just kind of dominate. We don't want to go in there and just, I think, be in a close race. We want to go in there and just have everyone firing, because that's also when the meets are fun, is when, I mean, every swim you're getting up for a teammate and I mean they're just smashing their best time or having a great swim. I think those are the meets too where, I mean, that you probably have the best memories at. So
I'm guessing it's pretty easy to have that kind of a meet at your home pool with your home crowd and when everyone on the team was seeming to swim pretty fast. But do you feel like the Hall of Fame invite last weekend was one of those meets where it seemed like everyone was just firing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think we certainly did have some guys who were just getting over some illnesses and stuff. So, I mean, they probably didn't have the meets that they were running to. But for the most part, I mean, yeah, I think it was awesome. Like, I think personal favorite of mine was like Cooper and Baylor's 4 a.m. Like, I remember being in the warm down pool and just going crazy because I was like, oh my goodness, like they're going like so fast, like having a 134, 135 low, like without even like Rex and I mean, I don't even know, like it was just in David, like it was insane, like having them to go those time, like it was just awesome to get behind. And like Jacob Wimberly was having a great meet, just getting him hyped up. And then also just, yeah, like our breaststrokers. Yeah, I was in the 100 breaststroke, but I mean, I think we knew our breaststroke group was going to be strong. So even having those two races, like the 100 and the 200, and seeing those other three guys, and then plus Baylor in the 200, it was fun seeing them all just ripping. So I think that was like a super fun meet for us. Like besides the home crowd, I mean, that's just a meet like where, I mean, for the most part, yeah, everyone is just ripping. And I mean, you're just trying to have fun with it too, like just hyping up the crowd or hyping up your teammates too. So it was definitely a fun meet.
Yeah. No, I mean, it seemed like the horns were out. Horns were out and firing.
Yeah.
In terms of just your event lineup moving forward, do you think for championship season you'll stick with that 200 IM over the 200 back, or do you think you'll stick with the 100 breast versus something else? Do you have any idea or any say in that?
I think right now it's probably just, honestly, it's probably just the 100 back that's solidified.
Yeah.
I think it's still honestly up in the air between 2 back, 2 IM. I think that's probably the biggest coin toss right now, is what that will be. Because I would have loved, honestly, to swim the 2 back, see what I could have gone. But kind of leaves it out there as a mystery. So that'll be fun if I do end up swimming it. But 100 breast, I mean, I think it's all just going to be how the rest of the season shapes out. Like, I think for me, it's either that or the 100 fly right now, maybe for that first day. And I think just the 100 fly is just, I mean, super competitive with who's still in that right now. I mean, they got some heavy hitters in that. So I think that's just such a competitive event right now. I mean, same with 100 breaststroke, but I think I'm just maybe a little bit better of a breaststroker than I am flyer, respectfully, to compete with those guys there. But
yeah, no, fair enough. And it'll be exciting to see, what teams decide to do with their lineups, especially with their more versatile swimmers. With the new NCAA format, how are you feeling just heading into that meet, knowing it'll be a new event lineup, but also no B finals?
I think it's going to be super interesting seeing what a lot of people decide to swim. Like, I think it'll be fun to swim, or fun to see, like other people kind of doing what I'm doing, like swimming events they don't get to swim every day, and then seeing what they can go in those. Like, I think that's one of the most fun things about swimming, like especially when you're a lot, like have the opportunity to rip, I think, events that you don't get to swim every day. I think that's when it's also the most fun. It's like a normal dual meet day, I'll never even sniff the 100 breaststroke, but being able to do it at that meet's awesome. So I think that'll be interesting. But the no B finals, I think it's interesting. I would have liked to maybe have it. I think I just watched. I was curious to see what Caleb said, so I was just kind of watching what he said a little bit, and I think a lot of it I would have to almost like agree with. Like, I think a lot of people want more viewership or whatever, and they're calling for more viewership for NCAAs, and I think you have to take some leaps of faith in some areas. And I mean, this year that's what they decided to do. And obviously I think that, I mean, coming from someone who I guess, like, I don't know, you could say I'm solidified in A finals, but I mean, I could very well make a B final this year also if I don't have a great swim. And I think that's just the name of the game. I think from it is that they're trying to get more viewership for the sport and trying to boost the numbers. And I mean, they're gonna try some stuff that's maybe outlandish for a year, and who knows if they'll switch it back. But I mean, I think for a minute I was on board with, why couldn't they have had them after the meet or before the meet also, or before finals? But I wasn't really thinking about how, like, the coaches also, like, I was just kind of thinking about the athletes, and then I was like, man, like, that would be, I mean, you're just doubling almost, or like adding a whole nother meet to the meet. And I mean, no coach is going to be able to sit through that. And I mean, you could argue too, it's like kind of the exact same, like it would maybe be the same length because you're still swimming the same amount if they just started going like just back to back to back. But still, I think it would just be so emotionally taxing for that. And I don't know. I think it'll be just interesting to see how it all pans out, because I don't know. It does kind of bum me though, because I mean, some people are going to lose, I guess, their final swims that I guess are kind of taken away. If it's a senior's last swim, they make a B final, maybe even for the first time, or someone makes a B final for first time ever. I mean, they won't have that opportunity. Like for me, I know my freshman year, I mean, I would have never had like I was fortunate enough to make a B final in the 100 back, and I was able to do really well in that B final, and like fortunate enough to break the school record. But if I didn't have that, I would have never had that like opportunity to even do that. So I mean, it'll just be interesting, I think, to see what they say after the whole meet is like all said and done, because I think it needs to happen for people to kind of to see how it goes and to see the flow of things before they're. I think it was so soon for a lot of people just to jump on the coaches committee to kind of like, why would you do this and all this stuff. But it'll just be interesting to see, I guess, how it all pans out after the meet's done.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think I am in favor of trying new things, and I know it takes swims away, and it takes opportunities away, and potentially again stories or feel good moments away. But like you said, I'm excited to see how it looks and how it goes, and hopefully, if it looks terrible, then we can make more changes moving forward. But I like that they're trying something new. I have to go back to something you said. You broke the Texas school record your freshman year in the 100 back.
Yeah.
What did you go?
It was like 44:20. So
was that John Shebett's record?
Yeah, John Shebett's record. So that was a cool one. I really, that was another one where I really wanted his also. So a lot of my fuel is just getting those names up.
Your freshman year, no less. That's impressive.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And now you don't have it anymore because
I know. I had it
he
for
broke
half
it
the
by
year.
a full second.
I know. It was insane. I was like, after those swims last year, I mean, like, I was just blown away by them. I was like, geez, like 43:20 is that's just another level.
Yeah. If you could have one school record at Texas, would it be the 100 back or would it be another event? Like if you
I
could
don't know.
leave Texas with one school record.
If I could leave one, I would probably say I feel like you'd want either the 2 free or 5 free, just because of the history of who we've had in those. I mean, we've had great history, I feel like, in every event, but I feel like a lot of people look at us as like 2 for you or whatever. And I think being able to call yourself, I guess, the top dog of that would be pretty cool to do that. I think that'd be a pretty cool record to have. But
that's a good answer. Have you swum on the 800 free relay?
I did my freshman year. That was it. At invite. That was wasn't anything special.
Why is part of the reason Texas is so good at the 200 free because of the legacy, like solely just because of the aura that Texas has around the 200 free? That's what I think.
Maybe that could be a part of it, but I think Hubi said it once when he like came back, when he kind of first transitioned over from ASU. He was like, here it's like just everyone's like, he was like making a comment in the locker room, just like everyone's just so good at like distance freestyle, like, or like color sets. It's what we call like our threshold or heart rate sets. And he's like, just everyone's so good at them. Like they just like can't can't win or whatever. And I mean, I think our just freestyle group is, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. Like Nate is, everyone looks at him as a primary breaststroker, but I mean, you look at him coming out of high school, he was a 2 freestyler going 133. And then, he trains freestyle amazingly too. Like it's like everyone still trains freestyle dominantly, and you're not going to find probably someone on our team who I think has probably a really weak freestyle. Everyone probably has a pretty decent freestyle, and I think that's one of the things that helps push probably the focus of the 2 freestylers is that they have the pressure of, okay, like I'm not going to be beat by the guy who doesn't swim the 2 free. So then they step it up. And I mean, it's just like a ripple effect, I think, for our team. So just a lot of us just pushing each other, I think, to new heights, which is cool.
Yeah. How are your color sets?
I have some good ones, but I also don't have some good ones. The lactate likes to hit me hard some days.
Fair enough. Are you primarily with Trevor now, or do you also swim with Bob? Because I know you also do combined practices, maybe half the week or a third of the week.
I think that was one of the things that we kind of figured out, is that I kind of thrive a little bit more in the kind of sprint side of things. I think for our practice, like all last year, I was with Bob basically the whole time, and I'll do our mornings with Trevor, which were like our racks and kind of like power work. And after nationals, I kind of transitioned to all being in Trevor's group every day. And I mean, Wugs ended up being well. So then I just kind of made the comment, like I was just joking, like, oh yeah, so this means I'm in like sprint group from now on, right? And they're like, yeah, okay. But I still do Bob's group. I think when we're all combined, I'll do those days. I mean, that's like, I think 3 of our practices a week are all combined. And then other than that, though, yeah, now I'm basically all in Trevor's group. So I mean, that's been going super well for me, I think, so far. So
yeah. So just moving forward a bit into the season, as soon as next week, I think you'll be racing again, right, at US Open.
Yeah, I think we're still kind of deciding what the plan is for that meet, but yeah, should be there. Not sure yet, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, fair enough. Do you have any meets that you're excited about, or anything specifically you're excited about just in the next couple months? December, January, looking ahead after this pretty monumental mid-season invite you had?
I think one of the things, I don't know, honestly, I think it would just be just getting back to racing with the guys. I think it would just be fun to continue. I think one of the things, I guess this just came to my mind, but I think all of the guys who are going to be joining us next semester, I think that's going to be fun to see how they kind of react to the college swimming environment and what they're able to bring to the table for our team. I think that'll be super exciting, and seeing what they're able to rip at probably the first meet will be fun. So be looking forward to that.
Nice. Well, Will, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat and tell us about your season so far. And congrats on a great invite.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You've been listening to the Swim Swam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take Swim Swam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.